All right, all right. Nice. So, what we're doing today is just talking about how to find different chords and build those. What I would like you to do is to be able to find diminished chords. And I know it seems interesting and weird, but there's 2 or 3 different ways to play those on the ook. We talked about the one today. So in the key of C, you know we have a major first, C major, a minor second, so it's C, D, D minor third for the E minor, and then a major fourth for the fourth, major fifth for the G, and then a minor sixth for the A. Here's where the fun comes in. You know the difference between a G7 and a B diminished in correlation to what key you're playing it in. So what I would like to impress upon you is in other keys, that 7th chord will sometimes have this shape. Today we talked about the key C sharp and D flat. Both the same chord, just different names for it. In one, you would have 5 flats like we saw. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B, C, and then D flat. If I was in the key of C sharp, it has 7 sharps, so that's every note. C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. Long story short is it's only relative to say those when you're talking about that key. However, those shapes will all be the same. There's 2 schools of thought. You could either take C, D, and do a C sharp, D sharp, so on and so forth. C, D, E, F. I could just bar this and play C, D sharp, E, F, the F minor, and then F sharp major, or no, that would be G sharp, G flat, F major. So what we have between all these is a correlation of where you want to put your fingers. And I know your first finger's hurting you, but the example we did today was the G major, and then the G major going to the G7, which is the B diminished. Well, in the key of C, the B diminished is the resolution. Well, in the key of C sharp, C sharp diminished, D flat. See how that works? So on and so forth. So if I wanted to go to D, C sharp diminished would resolve to D. So what I'd like you to do is go through your different chordal structures and see them. In some keys, you play them different. So in the key of A, you've got 3 sharps. Those are F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So when I go through, I've got A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So when I go through that, if I find my 7th scale degree is going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, I can find my G sharp triad by looking at it this way. If I take G sharp, skip A, and go to B, and then I skip C sharp, and then I go to D, I've got my diminished triad. G sharp, B, and D. If I find G sharp, B, and D, that gives me my diminished 7th tone for my resolution. So this chord will resolve to A. See how that works? So this week, kind of look at those and how your 7ths resolve to your tonics. Next week, come back with 2 examples for me, whether it's in a sharp key or in a flat key. All right? And then next week, we're going to be pulling out a tune for you to play. I know that we already have done some Frank Sinatra, but I think we're going to throw some Bob Marley and some reggae at it. All right? Get a new strumming pattern. It's good seeing you. We'll see you next week. Aloha.